Welcome to the MagiReco news. I'm Renka the Rosielim, melting into a puddle of sweat. Our top story today: summer actually exists. But before we can get to that, let's take a look at some other things that are announced in today's roundup. We have the next main story chapter getting and the challenge release and the voices added to it, chapter 10. The fact that they're so fast with this, and the fact that we've had so few events lately, which by the way, events mostly come down to writers, and because we didn't have any events recently, that means that the writers are doing something else. What could the writers be doing now with all of the main story chapters suddenly getting rushed out with challenges and voice additions? Makes everyone basically think that chapter 12 is going to be for or around anniversary, and that's why we haven't seen any events lately, because all the writers are currently crunching the main story. Great. On top of that, however, we're also getting these summer missions. So these are just basically a handful of missions that you're getting every few days. You get 5 new missions. We only know the first 5 so far, which is just Doppel or Magier a bunch. If you do all of these missions across the next few weeks, what you will get ultimately, on one hand, you'll get costume tickets for more of the swimsuit tickets in case there's still some that you're missing from the last few years, and you're also getting a 4-star gacha ticket. Now I think the 4-star gacha ticket, it didn't say for what exactly that gacha ticket entails, but I would assume it's just a gacha ticket for the regular premium rare gacha. So only unlimited characters, I would assume, are on that 4-star guaranteed ticket, and it's probably a random character. Like I said, they didn't really give us much information about this ticket, at least I don't think they did. But that's basically what you're getting, which is fine. You just basically play the game normally, and you just get a 4-star over the next few weeks. Cool, nice. Moving on though, the actual reason why all of you are here, and the reason why we know that summer actually is a thing that exists in real life and in the world of MagiReco, is this. We have Summer Kurue, the one unit that people didn't really have on their radar, because people thought that, oh, maybe some of the units that have been waiting for a really long time for an ult, like Masakoko, might actually be getting their summer ult. Nope, it's Kurue. Which, to be fair, out of all of the newer characters to snub one of the older characters for their summer outfits, this is fine. I like Kurue. Kurue is one of my favorite characters in the game, not really in the anime that much, but still one of my favorites. When I say one of my favorites, that means probably like top 50, because I have many favorites. But yeah, so I'm totally fine with this. What kind of character is it actually? Let me tell you, it's actually a good character because there's no charge discs. You guys might be thinking that, oh, but now that charge conserve is out there, Raz is totally not gonna shit on charge discs anymore. You're fucking wrong. I'm still shitting on charge discs, because here's the thing: if you're not running a charge conserve strategy, charge discs are still fucking useless. They're still as bad as they always have been if you're not running a charge strategy. Charge discs are only good specifically on teams where you have charge conserve units, like System Momoko, like Madookami Senpai, for example. Outside of those teams, you still don't want to have any charge discs, and they finally fucking realized this with Kurue, that hey, wait a second, if you're not having a charge strategy, maybe charge discs are fucking stupid. Same thing with Ashley. They also realized that hey, wait a second, if you're playing Ashley, you're not playing a charge strategy, so get those fucking charge discs out of here. So she's an attacker with 2 Exilus, 3 Blast Discs. She's gonna be a hybrid between a Doppling and a Blasting, and she actually, usually I say, oh, a unit like this usually doesn't blast well enough and usually doesn't Doppel well enough, because if you split yourself between 2 different strategies, usually you don't actually execute either of these strategies well enough to be a good unit, right? Usually it's better to just focus on one strategy and do that really fucking well. But she actually does it well enough. We're gonna see why in a second. Her connect is it's alright. It does damage up and it does dark attack up. So a connect that basically is only really good, like really good, if you're using it on a dark team. But on a dark team, it's gonna be really fucking good. Outside of that, I mean, damage up is still nice, I guess. The Magier is attribute strength from damage to 4 random enemies. It gives to self, sadly only to self. She's no longer an altruistic character. It only to self attack up, dark attack up, and MP regen. So this is not, by the way, this is not MP restore, which is immediately gain MP. This is MP regen, which means you gain MP every turn for 3 turns, which is really good, especially if you read the news down there. Like there's some bonus news down here that says on the Doppel, all of these buffs, they will still be self buffs on Doppel, but they will now last 5 turns. So 5 turns of attack up, 5 turns of more importantly, Dark Attack up, and more importantly, MP regen for 5 turns to self, which means that if you pump her full of MP up, she's going to regenerate a crap ton of MP, and she will actually be able to double cycle really well. So first off, she might be a hybrid character, but she can actually double cycle really fucking well because she gives herself MP regen for 5 turns on double. She also gives Blast Salutation to herself on double, only on double though. Which, that's nice, because she has 3 blast discs, meaning that if you get into a situation where you can't draw your Excel disc, guess what? Blast discs, and you're still getting the blast MP with blast salutation. Now, of course, blasters that only have blast salutation are kind of shit, but if you have blast salutation as a bonus to what you already have, I mean, I'm not gonna say no to that, right? Her SEs is the one of the, like, we don't have all of the SE, of course. Watch out for the how good is video, but she's probably gonna be really good. That's probably the takeaway from this. She's really good. Is Blast Draw, which is weird. She already has 3 blast discs, but I think it would have made more sense if it was actually Excel Draw, because she has less Excel discs. So actually, you might get into situations where you draw too many blasters and would like to have those Excel discs. So Excel Draw would have made more sense. But instead, it's Blast Draw, I guess. It's okay. It's not bad. It has use in mirrors, I guess. But outside of that, I don't know. It's kind of weird. However, more importantly, this is where it gets insane. She has 10% MP start, which by itself is totally fine. 10% MP start. You start the battle with, if you have Magi level 5 and double unlocked, or just Magi level 5, you get 15 MP. Start the battle with 15 MP. Nice, okay, sure, 15 MP. Just out of nothing. That's great. You know who also has 10% MP start? Double Kyoko, and she's fine. You know what Double Kyoko also has? Double Kyoko also starts the battle with an MP regen for 70 MP on turn 1, and Kyoko also has MP Amana regen on turn 1 for 70 MP, which I think is the exact thing that I just said in different words. So I think she is basically actually a carbon copy of Double Kyoko, and that she has 10% MP start and regenerates 70 MP, as you can see down here, after turn 1, which, you know, it's kind of fucking broken if you think about it. But yeah, Double Kyoko was fine, and so we're gonna have another unit that's just fine, and we're fine, I mean, fucking great. And then she also has Blast Irritation passive, so even if you don't already have your double available and use that, you're still gonna have some Blast MP. And yes, I know that 3 of her SEs that have been shown off in this showcase are MP generation, and quite a bunch of it as well. So yeah, that sounds pretty good, especially with this MP generation. Man, she has a shit ton of fucking MP regen. Now, if only she had more MP bonuses, right? Another MP, like MP up. I mean, MP up bonuses. Well, that's what her Memoria does. Her Gacha Memoria does MP up. Wouldn't it be fucking great if her personal was Excel Draw, or like just if her personal also was like restore 50 MP to self or something ridiculous like that? It could be. She just really likes doubling so much, and we know that nothing bad can ever happen to Kurue if she doubles. Maybe she witches, and it also gives damage cut, which I think it's not that quite important that it gives damage cut, but the important part is that it gives MP up and a decent amount of it, which is fine. Is this Memoria broken? Not really. The damage cut is kind of a wasted effect, to be honest, but at least the MP up is fine. So it's not quite as broken as something like Midsummer Iroha, which has MP up and attack up, I think, which is like the double, which is way better. But it's still pretty good. It's decent. It's still something that you would definitely enjoy having on your team. But just to quickly hook back to the actual unit itself, yeah, she actually seems pretty fucking good, because she can actually blast really well, because she has a decent amount of attack and 3 blast discs. So she can actually blast really darn fucking well. She gives Dark Attack up, so if you play on a Dark team, it's going to be great. She buffs herself with Attack up and Dark Attack up to make her blast even more powerful. But on top of that, she has so much fucking MP regen with multiple blast citations, with 70 MP on turn 1, with MP start, with MP regen on double, that she's able, and 2 Excel discs and no charge discs, fuck yeah, that she's able to just completely spam double while blasting. So yeah, she seems pretty fucking good. Why would you actually use her? Well, like I said, there's more on the video when we talk about how good is, but just as a TLDR or TLDW, if you don't care about that other video, which you should, I put a lot of effort into these videos, like at least 5 minutes, is that she's going to be really good for probably mirrors. She's a low effort mirrors unit, because just like Double Kyoko, she very easily gets to double without you doing much. So if you have bad Memoria, or if you just don't have many resources in general, she can still get to Magia at least very quickly, allowing you to get many points out of thin air. You just create points by just having a Magia, which is nice. And apart from that, she might be okay for Kimochi. Is she gonna be top tier for Kimochi? Probably not. Exactly because she is still spread between two strategies, and someone who's purely on the Magia train will probably be slightly better. But that shows you still seems to be a pretty decent choice also for Kimochi. So for both Kimochi and especially for Mirror, she seems to be a low investment, really high impact unit, really fucking good. And of course you can use her for PvE as well. The active is, I think, like attack up and HP regen or something. It's defense up and HP regen, yeah, whatever. So here's the important part, by the way. Here's the more important part. Actually, I like Hyude, so it's actually the less important part. But the thing is, I like this as well because it seems like for the duration of this gacha, Mitama is gonna be in the shop in her swimsuit outfit, probably. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, that's maybe not quite as important as I made it look. Okay, but here's the actual important part, memes aside. This gacha only runs until the 10th of August. We have an event as well. This event runs until the 22nd. That's 12 days missing. How could that be? Well, this is going to have a two-part gacha. There will be a second part to this event, and we don't know what unit it will be. So, if you don't like Kurue, which, first off, how could you? But secondly, if you still believe that there's going to be some other really important swimsuit character, most likely Swimsuit Madoka might be the second unit for this event, then you can wait for this Kurue gacha to end, and then you will see the second part gacha, which could be Swimsuit Madoka, could be someone else, who knows? We don't know yet. And yeah, so that's something to look out for, that if you're not sure about this character, you can still wait for the next one to be announced. But about the event itself, it seems to be about going through some memories of various characters at the beach, and as part of this, you might have already seen this from the screenshots, there are some new swimsuit outfits, and we will get new swimsuit outfits, of course we do. I don't really care about that, to be honest, because I already have the same character on my home screen for like years now. Actually, it used to be Kazumi for like 2 years, or 3 years? 4 years even, and then like Alikari for like half a year. My point is, I haven't really switched up my home screen forever, so I don't really care much about costumes. But if you do care about costumes, swimsuit outfits, yay! Swimsuit outfits will get, well, there's two parts to the event. The first part of the event will have the following outfits in the shop, in the event shop. It has Ria, in case you guys still remember Ria, or Pita, I think most people know her by that name. It has Mayu, Hagumu, and Shigure. Enemy, shout out to you. It also has on the part 2, so once part 2 of the event goes live, probably around the halfway point, like maybe somewhere around the 10th of August, or maybe before that, who knows. And we will also get an Ashley swimsuit. We'll get Riko, Ryoko, and Chika. Yay, go punch those fish. Those are going to be the swimsuits that we're going to be having for this. Nice. That's it basically for the event itself, and just generally, that's it for this news. So Summer does actually exist, and we're getting one event, but with 2 units. The second one we don't know. Now here's the thing: if the second unit is, or rather, if the news that we get for the second unit is just here's the unit, and that's it. If it's just that piece of news, I probably won't make another news video, because what point is there to make a news video to say this character exists for like a minute and then end the video? And then right after that, I make a how good is for that exact character. Might as well just make the how good is for that character and just leave it at that. That's probably what I'm gonna make if that really is all of the news that we're gonna get. But maybe you already look at the, maybe you see this in the past and the next video is already live and you see that I actually did make another video. Who knows? But that was it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and I'll see you guys next time.